What if the key to rising in life isn't in finding someone, but in unlocking the power within yourself? In those moments of silence, when you feel like no one is there to lift you up, something unexpected happens. You begin to realize that the strength you've been searching for has always been inside you. You look around, and though it may seem like you're standing alone, that's when you find the most powerful version of yourself. Feeling lonely can often make you question if you're doing something wrong in life. It's easy to believe that being alone means you're failing, but that's not the case. Sometimes, loneliness is simply a sign that you're in a transition period, a time when you're shedding old roles and stepping into a more authentic version of yourself. This loneliness is not a reflection of failure. Rather, it's a natural phase where you're rethinking your identity and your place in the world. Many people go through these transitions, whether it's changing careers, moving to a new city, or even rethinking relationships. It's a time of growth, but growth often requires solitude. You might feel disconnected because you're no longer aligned with your previous routines or the people who used to fill your life. This discomfort can make it seem like you're alone, but in reality, you're just in the process of finding a new path. Take the example of someone who has left a long-term job or a relationship that no longer fits their values. They may feel isolated, unsure of what their next step is. But this isolation is not an indication of failure. It's a necessary part of their journey. Like the caterpillar in its cocoon, they are going through a transformative process that will lead to something more fulfilling. This experience is not unique to you. Many people feel this way during periods of change. Understanding that the loneliness you're feeling is a sign of growth can help shift your perspective as you move forward into the next phase of your life. Loneliness is often misunderstood as merely the absence of others, but it goes much deeper than that. It's not just about having no one around, it's about a deeper, more profound sense of disconnection. When your inner world feels disconnected from the outside world, loneliness becomes more than just an empty room. It's the feeling of being unseen, unheard, and unacknowledged. You might be surrounded by people, family, friends, or coworkers, but still feel incredibly alone. This is because loneliness often stems from a lack of meaningful connection, not just physical presence. Think about a person in a crowded room, feeling invisible despite being surrounded by others. They might feel like no one understands their thoughts, emotions, or experiences. It's not the absence of people that causes the loneliness, but the absence of true connection and understanding. For example, a person might be going through a personal struggle but feel they can't share it with those around them, either because they fear being judged or because they believe others won't really get it. This disconnection leaves them feeling emotionally alone, even when they're surrounded by a crowd. It's a painful but real experience. Recognizing this disconnection is an important step in overcoming loneliness. It signals that it's time to seek out deeper, more meaningful connections, and in doing so, you'll find that the loneliness can be alleviated with the right kind of relationship. The key to rising when you feel alone is learning not to abandon yourself. Often, when we feel isolated or misunderstood, we start blaming ourselves, doubting our worth, and falling into the trap of self-criticism. But, in reality, it's in these moments that we need to be our own biggest supporters. Instead of pushing ourselves down, we must learn to lift ourselves up. When you're going through a tough time, it's easy to turn the blame inward, telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're failing, or that something is wrong with you. But self-criticism only deepens the feeling of isolation. Instead of pushing yourself away, take the time to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself the way you would treat a close friend, someone you care about deeply and want to see succeed. For example, if you feel overwhelmed and alone, instead of berating yourself for not doing better, try comforting yourself. Give yourself permission to rest, seek joy in small moments, and show yourself compassion. You are allowed to be imperfect, and it's okay to not always have it all together. The moment you stop abandoning yourself is the moment you begin to heal and reconnect with your inner strength. Moving forward, as you begin to treat yourself with kindness and compassion, you'll find that you're not just surviving, but learning to thrive, even in moments of solitude. You might think that personal growth requires grand gestures or significant achievements, but in reality, it's the small, everyday acts of self-respect that make the biggest difference. When you're feeling alone, taking the time to care for yourself, whether physically or emotionally, can help you rise above the loneliness and start moving toward a stronger version of yourself. Self-respect isn't about perfection. It's about honoring who you are, where you are, and what you need. Simple actions like setting boundaries, being honest with yourself, and taking care of your body can make a huge difference in how you feel about yourself. It's these small acts that, over time, create a foundation of self-love and confidence. Imagine a person who, despite feeling alone, takes time each day to engage in activities that nurture their well-being, whether it's a walk in nature, reading a favorite book, or taking a moment to meditate. These small actions reinforce self-respect and make it easier to deal with the emotional isolation that may come. Each act serves as a reminder that you deserve to be cared for and that your needs are important. These daily practices of self-respect lay the groundwork for deeper personal growth and resilience. They empower you to take control of your emotional well-being and foster a stronger connection with your true self. Sometimes, we find ourselves trapped in roles we play for others, whether it's being the strong one, the problem solver, or the listener. These roles can create an illusion of connection, but, in reality, they often prevent us from truly being ourselves. When we constantly put on a mask to fulfill other people's expectations, we forget who we are underneath, leading to feelings of loneliness and disconnect. If you've ever felt that you're only valued for what you do for others and not for who you truly are, you know how exhausting this can be. The constant pressure to meet others' needs leaves little room for you to acknowledge your own emotions, desires, and needs. This emotional exhaustion only amplifies feelings of isolation. Take a moment to reflect on the roles you've been playing. Are you always the one others turn to for advice or support? While it's great to help, you also need to allow yourself the space to be vulnerable and express your own needs. Once you start to release these roles, you open the door to authentic connections, where you're seen for who you really are. By stepping out of these roles, you start to reclaim your own identity. This journey of self-discovery will help you reconnect with your true self and open up opportunities for deeper, more meaningful relationships. When you feel lonely, it's easy to lose sight of your sense of purpose. We often look for validation from others, relying on external factors to give our lives meaning. But true fulfillment comes from living for something bigger than just seeking approval or companionship. When you live with a sense of purpose that is rooted in your values and passions, the loneliness becomes easier to bear. A sense of purpose helps you navigate life's challenges with resilience. Whether it's dedicating yourself to a cause you care about, pursuing a lifelong dream, or contributing to something larger than yourself, having a purpose gives your life direction and meaning. It provides a source of strength when you feel emotionally drained or disconnected from others. For example, someone who dedicates their time to helping others, whether through charity work or simply being there for a friend in need, finds meaning in the act of giving. This sense of purpose can alleviate the loneliness they might feel as their focus shifts from their own isolation to something meaningful and rewarding. Living for something bigger than yourself opens up a world of possibility. It shifts your attention from external validation to finding fulfillment within yourself and your larger goals. Sometimes, loneliness is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Solitude can be a powerful tool for personal growth. When you allow yourself to be alone, without distractions or the need for constant company, you create the space to connect with your inner self. This connection can lead to deep personal insights and a stronger sense of identity. Many people fear being alone, thinking it's a sign of something being wrong. However, solitude can be a time for reflection, self-discovery, and healing. By accepting the solitude and using it for growth, you develop a greater understanding of who you are and what you truly want from life. This self-awareness strengthens your foundation and prepares you for healthier relationships in the future. For instance, someone who spends time journaling, meditating, or reflecting during solitary moments may come to understand their true passions and desires. They become more aligned with their authentic self, which helps them navigate future relationships and life choices with clarity and confidence. Rather than viewing solitude as something negative, embrace it as a catalyst for your personal development. This will help you emerge stronger, more confident, and aligned with your true self. One of the toughest aspects of loneliness is recognizing that some of the relationships we hold on to may no longer serve us. You might feel isolated because the people in your life don't resonate with your current values, goals, or emotional needs. This can be painful, but it's also an important step in your personal growth. It's tempting to stay in relationships out of habit or fear of being alone, but these connections can prevent you from truly thriving. You may feel like you're giving more than you're receiving, or that the relationship is draining rather than nurturing. Recognizing when a relationship no longer serves your growth is essential for moving forward. Consider a person who has outgrown their circle of friends due to a shift in interests, values, or lifestyle. Though it can be painful to leave behind familiar faces, this is often a necessary step to make room for new relationships that better align with who you are becoming. Letting go of relationships that don't nurture you allows you to make space for more authentic connections. As you move away from relationships that no longer serve your growth, you will make room for deeper, more fulfilling connections that align with who you truly are. Life isn't always easy, but as this video has shown, every step through loneliness and challenges is an opportunity for growth and discovering your inner strength. The key takeaway here is that only by embracing solitude and confronting yourself can you truly unlock your limitless potential for change and personal growth. Remember, every struggle you face is not an end, but a stepping stone to rising higher in life.